This is a video presentation on important United States historical documents and some of the rhetorical devices present. Number 1. The Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence, written in 1776 by Thomas Jefferson, announced that the 13 American colonies then at war with Great Britain regarded themselves as independent states and no longer a part of the British Empire. Instead, they formed a union that would become a new nation, the United States of America. The most notably used rhetorical device in this document is repetition. As you can see, he constantly repeats the words "he has," emphasizing on how unfairly the British have treated the colonies. By putting all these grievances together in this fashion with the repeated introductory words, it gives off the impression that the list just goes on and on and on. Number 2. The Crisis. The Crisis was a series of pamphlets written by Thomas Paine in the 18th century. They were written with the common man in mind. The pamphlets inspired the colonists to rise up against the British. The most notably used rhetorical device in this document are anecdotes. Here he uses this anecdote to show his disgust for the Tories. He is clearly ashamed that a father could place his own personal interests above those of his own son. Number 3. The Speech in the Virginia Convention. The speech in the Virginia Convention was given by Patrick Henry in 1775. This speech was credited with being the major factor for the decision made by the Virginia House of Burgesses to go to war. The rhetorical devices present in this document, one is logos. He's appealing to logic by saying that the British use of military force is an attempt to destroy the colonist spirit of rebellion. Logically, one doesn't really try to gain love by using intimidation. Number 4. The Declaration of Sentiments. The Declaration of Sentiments was written by Elizabeth Cady Stanton in 1848. It was signed in Seneca Falls, New York. The document was a huge step toward their goal of women's rights. The rhetorical devices present in this document are pathos. Stanton lists the various offenses of men towards women, trying to give the readers a feeling of anger and injustice towards behavior of men and play off their emotions.